Hello, I'm Cerberus Dark One, and on this month's What's on eShop, we've got a little from the Mario Kart World Direct later, but first some new releases. It's a bit of a quiet month for games actually, so we'll start with a budget collection. Nico Bakery, a shape-fitting puzzle game, currently on sale. Hook Complete Edition, another stress-free minimalist puzzle game designed to calm you. Skull Pirates, an interesting strategy game where rival pirates try to sink your ship with torpedoes. Instead of firing back, you need to guide them into other objects. Pirates with torpedoes, that's pretty novel. For the price, this game looks great. A roguelike shooter where a young witch faces hordes of demons from the netherworld. Upgrade your abilities, face bosses, and close the rift between dimensions. Frill Penguin, aspire to be a parkour master. 20% off until the 8th. Run, jump, dive, and swim through 54 levels across 6 zones, with boss battles in this speedrun platformer. It looks fun, with its weird CRT filter. Moving up to low price with an equally weird platformer. Shotgun Cop Man goes to hell on a mission to arrest Satan. There's a demo available of this precision platformer from the creator of My Friend Pedro, where every shot propels you forwards, whether facing enemies, climbing walls, or leaping gaps. 150 levels, intense boss fights. This game actually looks really tight on controls. The demo could be worth a go. Blazing Trail, an isometric shooter. Face off against enemy soldiers, terrorists, and destroy bases in order to rescue the hostages, with an advanced military vehicle to hand. You can play as co-op as well. Does that mean sharing a vehicle or having two? Now a change of pace and strategy in Chessorama, a puzzle game with chess-inspired challenges. 100 plus levels, daily and weekly events, online leaderboards, unlockables, and the classic chessboard game. This must be a great way to learn chess, and the tactics of using each piece. Another puzzle and isometric game, both Monument Valley and Monument Valley 2, also available together in a bundle, includes all extra DLC and mind-bending extended chapters, with Monument Valley 3 coming later in the summer. I'm not quite sure why they didn't release all 3 at the same time. But moving into the last segment for the new releases, the mid-price games. Sacre Bleu, a hack and slash platformer with a great 2D 3D art style. You play as a musketeer breaking out of the sprawling Bastille prison complex, using a blunderbuss to launch yourself from platform to platform, a bit like Copman. I know what you're thinking, the frame rate isn't great in this trailer, but it's actually a bullet time platformer, just being played really well. Another great looking game, which was originally supposed to be released in 2023, is Biomorph, a Metroidvania with a really interesting mechanic. When you defeat an enemy, you can morph into their form, allowing you to use their powers to defeat other enemies, or just unlock routes to new areas. I'm not sure why it got delayed 2 years, but I guess there are a lot of variables in a system like that. Another game that took a little while to get out is Pocket Bravery, a classic style fighting game with a modern twist, designed for high-level players while accessible for beginners. Demo available. Local and online multiplayer with ultra-low latency rollback netcode. I kind of thought this game had already come out, for the 3DS or something. It's been that long. Now, probably the most exciting release of the month, Star Overdrive. Back last year when we saw this in the Direct, I said it looked like a cross between Xenoblade and Starlink Atlas. But actually, after playing the demo available by the way, it's a lot more like Zelda Breath of the Wild. It looks great. No problems even though you're travelling so fast through the world. What I was not expecting is that it has shrines and Sheikah towers. So much more than just surfing through a world. This is my top pick for the month. And the demo is a must try. It basically gives you the whole of the Great Plateau to mess around in. Now into the chart, which is mainly filled with games on sale, but the new releases are last month's number 2, Hello Kitty. It's got some staying power. Oddly released last month, Supermarket Simulator 2024. And the new number 1, the only new game currently in the chart. I don't know what happened to Star Overdrive. It's Croc Remastered. Yep, that's what people are playing. This and games on a massive discount. Although, to be fair, I'm kind of reaching the point where I'm saying, do I want this or shall I save for the Switch 2? Which brings us to the Mario Kart World Direct, of sorts. It was more like a long trailer than a direct. If you watched the Mario Kart section from the Switch 2 Direct, and all the Treehouse stuff from Nintendo of America, you kind of already knew everything that was covered. But it did show us that there is a battle mode at least, and it gave us what is probably the biggest development in Mario Kart, which is the charge jump, allowing you to stunt on a straight, dodge items, and most importantly wall ride. This is the single most useful ability to have ever been added to Mario Kart, taking it from starring a platformer to becoming a platformer. Free roam looks interesting. I'm glad that there's other things to do. Different challenges, collectibles, secrets, rather than just randomly exploring. Maybe that'll make free roam last longer than 2 weeks. I actually think that Nintendo will follow the Splatoon style free update system. Here's some little time limited thing. Go and find it. Whether they'll add new tracks, I'm not sure. Perhaps not for free. But at least the Grand Prix will have a traditional free lap option, as well as the in-between tracks. People have been saying that the wide open roads, which are mainly just straight lines, look dull. But with 24 players at faster speeds, with items having a less slowing effect, and these in-betweens basically being the first 2 laps of the next track, it could get quite manic. Which is why I think the new Knockout Tour could be the most competitive mode. A straight dash from one side of the map to the other through 6 tracks, all while trying to avoid getting knocked out. I could see myself playing that mode more than anything else. We saw that the snacks give you new costumes. Okay, but what do you do with the food after you've got all the costumes? And people have pointed this out. All the costumes are separate slots on the character select screen. If there are 50 characters with 10 costumes each, that's a lot of pages to scroll through. Nintendo make great games, but they're really bad at menus. But I am looking forward to this. I've got my pre-order, the bundle and a Pro controller. I'm paranoid it's going to get cancelled. And you know what I've just thought? We're all laughing at the people that got the game separately, especially at that price. But Mario Kart is a 20 gig download. On the Switch 1 that's half an hour on a good day. But when everybody else in the world is going to be downloading the same game on the same day, the only people playing the game will be the ones that bought it physically. The rest of us will be watching loading bars. Let's hope everything is fine and it's an amazing game that we'll all be playing for the next 10 years. No problems at all. Well, that's it. I'll see you again next month for another What's on eShop. If you have any money left,